Hello, and thanks for joining me today to take a look at the 31p1.com website. I will run through the website for you in a brief way so that you can kind of get a feel for it. And then we're going to take a look at the 31p1 software and how you would go through setting up a company and all that it has to offer. As you see here on our website, 31p1.com, our motto is turning spending habits into saving habits with the 31p1. So here on our home page, you can scroll down and see many things, but basically is what is a 31p1, why a 31p1, and how does it stack up. A 31p1 is an employer-sponsored gold savings account. And basically it is an account that the employee determines how much money they want to save post-tax from their checks and paycheck deferrals, and the employer can match a portion or a flat amount of that savings, and then at a predetermined time that money will then go into gold. Instead of into currency, it'll go into real money, which is gold, in small spendable form of 1 gram, 2.5 gram, or 5 gram increments. So it allows the employees to save money through paycheck deferrals. And why 31p1 gives you a little bit of information about gold and how it stacks up to the dollar. And then again down below, how does this 31p1 stack up to a 401k. And even if you already have a 401k, how this benefit can still be something you might want to offer to your employees as an employer. Back at the top, the next tab, why gold, again just talks about gold is real money. There's a video here that you can show to potential employers that might be interested in a 31p1, and it talks about gold and how it's is actually real money, all the reasons. Under the publication tab, we have an employer introduction video, and so as you go out and visit with potential employers that might have an interest in adding this to their benefit package for their employees, this little under 15-minute video is a great place to start. And so you can pull it up on any device with the internet on the 31p1.com website. Go into publications and then show them this video. Once an employer has decided that they're going to set up a 31p1, this employee orientation video is the perfect tool to use whenever they introduce it to their staff, all of their employees, whether it be in one or multiple locations. This video is again about 15 minutes long, and it will go over what a 31p1 is, what the employer is offering his or her employees as the new benefit to their already list of benefits that they may already offer. Below that, our brochure. It's a printable PDF version. It's a 2-page trifold, and you can download this. You can print them at your convenience and share those with potential employers that you may know that might be interested in adding this to their benefit package plans. The 31p1 program cost is again a PDF file that you can download and print to share with these folks that might be interested. And then the 31p1 versus the 401k is a look at how 31p1 stacks up against a 401k, and we took it as if a 31p1 existed over the last 15 years. And so this again is downloadable, and then you can print it and you can use that to share with people. The About Us tab is just a short 2 paragraphs about 31p1 LLC, the company that we have formed, that the members of our company, we have produced this plan and the software that goes with it. So a little information there about us. The Testimonials tab, we have an employer talking about his 31p1, and then a few employee testimonials, and we're going to be adding those over time from various other businesses and business owners and employees. You can click on any one of these and listen to what they have to say about their 31p1. I'm going to skip over Open Account. We'll come back to that in just a moment. Under Contact, we have email support at support@31p1.com. So any questions, comments, concerns, you can click on that. Email us those, and we'll have someone within our office give you we'll reach back out to you either via email or by phone if you leave us your phone number, however you'd like us to reach you, and get those answered. And then our address for 31p1 LLC is right here, our physical address. So I'm going to go back, and remember, login is once you have opened your account, then each time thereafter when you go into the software, which is the 31p1 web-based software, you would come into the 31p1.com website, click on member login, and go into your account. But before you can do that, you've got to open an account. So we'll go ahead and click on that tab. The initial software purchase today stands at $1,000, but we do offer multiple discount coupons. And so whoever told you about the 31p1, they probably will be able to get you a better price point than the $1,000. So make sure you talk to that person. What's included with the software? You get all the reporting, payroll reports, quarterly reports, and year-to-date reports, and you also get the forms, the guidelines explaining the program to your employees, and then the enrollment forms to get them all signed up. In addition to the $1,000 or whatever you pay based on your coupon code software purchase price one-time cost, there is a monthly maintenance fee, and it depends on how many employees you have enrolled in the 31p1. So 1 to 50 is $25 a month, 51 to 250, $50 a month, and if you have over 251 employees enrolled, it's $100 a month. And that fee is monthly, and it doesn't change unless you drop below the number of employees enrolled, and then you can let us know that. And with that monthly maintenance fee, you get our customer support. Any software upgrades that we make will come automatically. You won't have to pay for those. And then the maintenance is to ensure our site security and reliability. So down here, you would subscribe, and you would pick which one of these options fits you. And then you would put your coupon code right here if you have one, and then you would hit subscribe. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that is going to take us to PayPal. There's secure payments, and this is where you would fill in all of the information, your credit card or debit card information that's going to be billed for the one-time cost of the software, and then also billed monthly for the monthly maintenance fees. You're also going to put in your address, your email address, your physical address, telephone number, and then you're going to enter the security check. You're going to do these, follow that, and then you'll go continue, and that's going to take you, once you've done that, once it all passes, that's going to take you back to our website. Actually, it's going to take you to where you're going to log in, and right here is where you would go to log in. So I'm going to go into our dummy account so that I can walk through the back office with you. And once I get in here, once you're into the back office, the 31p1 website, or I'm sorry, the 31p1 software, this is what it looks like. And of course, over here you've got dashboard, which is what we're looking at right here on the front page. And before I move on, I'm going to show you that right at the bottom here, the grams of gold that you can be saving in, your employees can save in 5 grams, 2.5 grams, or 1 gram. And this is today's pricing for these various, these 3 different options. So that's what it would, that's what they're saving towards whenever they choose which one they're going to do. Along the left hand side here has employees, pay period, reports, guidelines, and support. We're going to go through each of those in just a moment, but I also want to show you up here on the right hand corner where I'm circling, demo account is the name of this company that we set up, and you click here, you've got settings and you've got log out. So anyone that is doing your payroll for you, whether it be a comptroller or accountant or yourself or whoever, they would come in and log in, and then when they're done running the payroll, they would simply click up here on their company name and hit log out. Settings is right here as well, so you can either go in through there or down here, but we're going to go ahead and follow the instructions. You've got step 1, step 2, and step 3, so we're going to go ahead and click on step 1 to set up our company specific settings. And this company is already set up, but I'm going to go through how you would do it. One thing that you can do is if you have a company logo, you can upload that file to this software, and it's already been done here, but you would go in and choose a file and then hit upload, and it's going to bring it into your settings. And that way, that's going to be on all of the paperwork, the guidelines, and all of the employee forms. Your company logo will be there. The name of your company, you'll put in there and hit update company. The email address where you want everything to go, you would put there and hit update email address. Then you can change your password and confirm the new password, and you would hit, and you want to do that once you're into this back office, change your password and confirm your new one. Update password. Under locations, if you have one location, then you would just type that in. But if you have multiple locations, then you can just hit add a location and do it. And in this case, for demo account company, we have 3 locations, so those have already been put in. And then you would hit add location for any more. The company match settings, the state you're enrolled in, so wherever your payroll comes out of, the pay frequency. So if you pay on any of those basis, that's what you would put in. And then probation period allows you to put in a time that you're telling your employees up front, you can start saving at any time, but the company doesn't start matching until. So in this case, we put a 90-day probation period, which means that an employee that signs up on this demo account could start saving out of their check immediately, but the company would not start matching it until after 90 days had passed. The company contribution, you put in how much you're going to contribute in a percentage form. In this case, we put 20% in. It could be 5%, it could be 50%, it can be whatever you as an employer decide to do, and that's up to you. Or you can do a flat contribution, meaning that you're going to just do so much so that everybody gets the exact same. It's not based on how much they save, it's just how much you're going to match in a flat way. It could be $20 right here instead of a percentage. The max contribution per employee per pay period is if you want to set a maximum that you're going to match. So if you are doing 20% of theirs and they're going to, they can save as much as they want, but you're only going to match up 20%, equaling $15. So in this case, we said we would match up to $15 of whatever they saved. Max changes per year per employee is if you want to allow your employees to make changes more than annually, then you can put that in there. And once you have all of this information in, you hit update match settings and it will all save. The last thing and the very first thing that you need to do along with setting up your company is you need to upload a driver's license of you as the owner or whoever is the key person in your company, and then a copy of your business license, and you upload those to the website, to the software, so that we know that you're a true and real company. Once that is done, you can go back out of here, back to dashboard. And step 2 is manage your employees. But before we go into that, I wanted to jump down to guidelines so that you can see what was all entered when you set your company up is now going to be in the guidelines section. So as you can see, the logo is here, the Employee 31P1 Gold Savings Account Guidelines. Now this is our template that we suggest you use, and when you put all that information in, it's going to fill your information into these 9 guidelines. And so these cover everything. If you look down number 4, for example, demo account will match 20% of the employee contribution. So that automatically goes into this guidelines for you once you've done all your settings. This is for the employee that when you present your 31P1 to your employees, they will all get one of these sheets, and they'll actually all get 2, the enrollment form as well as the guidelines, and then they will sign it. They'll print their name here that they read and understand the guidelines, and then they'll sign it, date it, and you as an employer will sign it, date it, and then that will go into their file saying they were offered the 31P1. And then the employee 31P1 enrollment form, they'll again print their name, and then they'll either choose an amount they're going to save per pay period, or they're going to say they're not participating, in which case they could just mark that with an X. If they do put something here, let's say they want to save $30 per pay period, then they would put a check next to the size of gold they want to purchase for their account. So if they want to save in 5 grams, they would put an X there, 2.5 grams, or 1 gram. And then they read this and say that they understand that that's going to be held, and that their 31P1 is going to start whenever they turn this in. They would sign this and date it, and both of these forms will be turned back in and kept in your payroll file for that employee. I would also recommend that you give them a copy as well. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of here, and I'm going to go back. So we went from step 1 and we looked down at guidelines. We're going to go back to step 2, manage your employees. In the manage employee section, this is where, especially the first time setup, the easiest way to do it. We're going to give you 2 options. You've got this up here or this, but I'm going to go over the top first, which is importing your employees using Excel. Virtually all accounting software can import to Excel. So we've got a downloadable spreadsheet. I'm going to go ahead and click on that and pull it up. It opens up in Microsoft or Excel, and it is set up so that it tells you exactly what you need. And let me get this into the window with us. so that it shows you how to extract them from your accounting software. So the format that you need to put so that you can get all these easily into the 31P1 software. So once you've got this from your accounting software, then you will upload that sheet. Once you've saved it on your computer, you'll upload it into the 31P1 software, and then it'll automatically be there for you. Or you can enter them individually. And so you can see here. Now, the other reason you would use the individual, if you had already gotten all of your employees in from your upload, well, when you have new employees come on, for example, you go into your software and you can just put them in and you don't have to go back and upload a whole new file. In fact, you would just want to add them here individually. So their first name, their last name, their employee ID, we have here the last four of Social Security number, but if you use some other form of ID, that's perfectly fine. This will take 1 to 11 characters. So whatever you use as an additional ID for your employee's name is what you would enter here. Then the location. In this case, we had 3 locations. You would pick one of them and put that there. Then on the exemptions, whatever they have on line H or the W4, their marital status, you'd enter that. What they're going to contribute after post-tax, after out of their check. Their start date is when they started with you as an employee, and then termination date, of course, is if you ever have to terminate them, you could come in and put that there. And then lastly, you would pick, based on what they turn back into you, which they want to save in. And then you would hit Add New Employee, and they're going to automatically go into your employee list. So I'm going to go back to dashboard now. So we've done step 1, we set up our company. We've done step 2, and actually after step 1, we printed our guidelines, we printed all those. We showed the employee orientation video. Probably give however long you want to give your employees to decide, maybe a week. As long as you decide as an employer how long you want them to have to make the decision, and then you have them turn back in the paperwork. And then once that's all done, you then set up your employees, which is what we just went through. And then finally, your first pay period and all subsequent pay periods, you would go into step 3 and submit a new pay period, which is right here. And I'm going to go ahead and click on that. So today's date is always going to be in this box. So anytime you open up your back office and you go into pay period, it's going to have the day right there that you're doing it. But notice it's when the pay period ended. So we're here on November 10th, 2015. And if the pay period ended on October 31st, then I would want to put that pay period in for that, not today, but when the pay period ended. Now the other thing I wanted to show you is if you look down through here, you see all the employees that we had in for this company. And it shows their beginning balance, their contribution for this pay period, their employer's contribution. And again, this is a odd number because it's post-tax. So remember 20% of 60. So it's post-tax savings. 7108 total contributions, those two added together, plus the 206.92. Okay. Was 7108. So the total, those two would be what, 276, 277 even. Now Padme here, Padme was going to buy gold or transfer her money to paper money to gold money in 5 gram increments. So on this payroll, she is going to buy 1 bar, one 5 gram bar, and that's going to leave her an ending account balance of $22.34. So if you look across there, some of them will have zeros because their beginning balance was $847. They were saving $90. Then 20% of that less tax. Their total contributions for this pay period was $103.62 plus the $847. Well, they're also looking at 5 grams, so they didn't have enough. So it's zero. That gives them an ending balance of $112.09, which will, the next time you're in payroll, that will kick over here to their beginning balance. And of course, whatever they're saving, whatever you're matching, and it'll just do it again for you. If you scroll down to the bottom, on this payroll, it's going to show you how many 1 gram, how many 2.5 gram, and how many 5 gram gold bullion you'll need to purchase for this pay period. And that's where you'll go into your Karatbars login. So as an affiliate, you have helped an employer set this all up. They will either have a Karatbars free account or they may be an affiliate themselves, but either way, you've helped them. They've got it all set up, and they will click right here when they know now they've run their pay period and they know they need to buy 3, 3, and 4. They'll click on Karatbars login, and it will take them to the Karatbars login page where they'll put in their username, password, they'll log in, and you as an affiliate will have explained to them how to go into this process and purchase their gold. So we'll go back to the 31P1 software. Now let's say that I hit add new pay period, and then I realized I forgot to add an employee, and so I'm going to have to fix that. Well, the cleanest, easiest way to fix it is to delete the last pay period, and because the software is going to do it so easily for you, all you're going to do is delete it. And it says this will delete the pay period ending in 11/10. It will also revert all employee balances to what they were prior to the pay period before being added. So I'm going to say delete, or go back. And actually I should delete last pay period. I'm going to put delete last pay periods. Okay, so it took me back to the one prior, and you notice these numbers all changed. So it took me back to the one prior. And so now that pay period that I'd put in on 11/10 went away, and it went back to the last one, the most recent pay period of 11/3 right here. Now I can go back into employees and I can add an employee, or maybe maybe I wanted to give one of them a bonus or something. Let's go into Padme, and this is something I failed to go over a while ago, but once you've set up your employees, it shows you all their information here when you look at all employees, and you go into edit on any one of them, and it shows their current balance on their account. And then right here there's an incentive bonus. So maybe I'm going to give Padme a $200 bonus, and that's what I forgot, so I had to delete that pay period. Well, I can go back in, hit 200, and then submit bonus, and what's going to happen is their current balance is 206.92. I'm going to hit submit bonus, and now it went up to 406.92. So I fixed my issue. Now I'm going to go back to pay period. I'm going to go ahead and run my pay period is going to end today, so I'm going to hit add new pay period. The last one was 11/3, so I'm going to run one now for 11/10, and I want you to notice, and here we go, add new pay period. So Padme, there's her beginning balance. There's what she contributed this pay period. There's what I contributed as employer. So total contributions for this pay period was 7108 plus the 406.92. So there's plenty to buy at her gold volume, which is a 5 gram. So one was purchased, and that left a balance of 222.34. Okay. Now we'll look at reports very quickly. We've got the 4 quarterly employer reports that you as an employer can take a look at just to see where you're at and what you've done this year so far by location. And it shows through the quarter that I checked on. So for the Hobbs location, here's each employee for the third quarter, how much I as the employer have put to this and what it cost me. And then here's the grams that were bought for this third quarter. And then year to date for the Hobbs location, you can see that I've contributed $922 to the employees 7,600. So a total contribution of $85.55.93. And then here's what was bought or transferred from paper to real money, which is gold. Okay. On the pay periods reports, you have first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. I'll go ahead and look into third quarter again. These are whenever you've printed you've ended your quarter and you've ordered the gold and it comes in. You want to print 2 copies of this report. So if at the third quarter it ended, the gold is now here for the employees to get their distribution. So I'm going to print 2 copies of this report. And I'm going to look here at Padme, and you can see it's the employee gold savings account quarterly statement, July through September of 2015. It's got your logo at the top. It's got the 31P1 over here, remind them what they have. It has the employee's member ID, their beginning balance at the beginning of Q3, quarter 3, and then each pay period that was in there, how much was matched, total contribution, how they're buying or transferring paper to gold, and then how many was bought. So 1 for Padme was bought during this pay period. or during this quarter. And then year to date, Gold Savings Account summary shows what has happened for her throughout the year, what she saved, how much the employer has matched, the total, and how many 5 gram bullion she has saved. So 4 in this case. The reason you print 2 of these is you would have one for her and one for you as the employer. She would print her name, see that she got her 4 5 gram bars, and then she would sign and date it and turn that back into you as the employer to go in her file, so that and then she would keep her gold, and she would have one of these copies as well. And it's got all the employees. Okay. So that is a brief overview of the 31P1 software. It's very user friendly. It just follow the steps and shouldn't have any issues. But if you do, again, you can go down to support over here on the left side. I'll click on that and just type in what the issue is or the question you may have, or any message you want to get to us, and then hit send message, and it'll come to our support at 31p1.com, and someone will contact you within 24 hours to help you get the situation taken care of. So again, thanks for joining us today. Go out and turn spending habits into saving habits with a 31P1.